Last chance for questions. We're good? Anybody get them? Yeah? Couple? That's okay. If you, yeah, good? Okay. Okay. Now, here we go. Let's see if we understand, my friends. If I have 3 roots, then what degree should the polynomial be? 3. However, even though on part A here, it only tells me 3 roots, there's actually some missing ones that aren't listed that I know are there. Does 3 need a conjugate to be a nice number? Hold on. Is 3 a nice number? Yes. Yeah, 3? 3 is not a nice number? 3 is a nice number. It's rational. It's a whole number. There's no i's, right? So does it need a conjugate to be a nice number? No. Okay, so that one I know is in the polynomial. X minus 3 is the factor for that. Okay? Everybody with me? We moved on to the harder problems. Okay, does 8 need a conjugate to be a nice number? No. Now here's my factor for square root of 2. However, if I FOIL these out right now, I am not going to have nice numbers for coefficients. So even though the question didn't tell me all 4 roots, I know there's 4 roots, right? What's the remaining root? Negative square root of 2 is the remaining root. X plus the square root of 2 is the remaining factor. Now for time, I'm only we're going to leave this in factored form, okay? Because I want to do a different problem in standard form. But I just want you to practice with your neighbors for a sec, or on your own. How about just try on your own? To figure out just the factored form for B, okay? And then we're going to do one standard form together in just a second. So you're all trying the factored form for B. So you don't have to multiply it out. The factored form for B. It only gives me 3 roots, but is it a cubic? No, it's a quartic. I don't care if you know that word. It's a 4th degree polynomial. I just wanted you all to know I knew it. Okay. Did you guys try the factored form back here?
So this is easy. I could.
Oh, is it good? Looks good. Oh, don't forget to list the conjugates.
Minus. It's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be X minus 4.
Looks good.
Right.
Ooh, you guys do it. Oh, don't forget the conjugate. So this looks good for these 3. We're going to do the I, make the numbers nice.
Plus
I know it
6.
has to be the plus 9.
Then it's gonna be
That makes
X
sense?
plus 9.
Minus 9. I will do
And
opposite.
then X
So
minus
the
9.
9 minus the conjugate would be minus 9 minus the factor. Does that make sense? Okay. Good. Max, did you try it?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because I looked at your paper.
It's blank.
I know. All right. X minus 4, X plus 6, X plus 9i, X minus 9i. Okay. Pro tip. Do you guys see this pro tip like right here? I thought this was a highlighter. Oh. Yeah, the one bolded that says pro tip. Remember how I told you guys that it doesn't matter what order you multiply the things in? Pro tip, if the conjugate is the thing, right, that makes the hard part of the number go away, then I should always do that first. So if I have 2 conjugates in a situation, then I would always multiply the conjugates together first to get rid of the tricky part of the situation before I multiply anything else. Does that make sense? So that just makes your life easier. That's my pro tip. Always multiply your conjugates together first. Okay? Okay, one more type because it's like, there's a couple on your homework like this, okay? We saw some complex numbers last year and just at the beginning of this lesson, okay, that I think you might need help putting into a factor for me. Let's say I had 1 minus 2i as a root. And 0 multiplicity 3 as a root. Okay. First of all, how many separate roots do I see right here?
2, 3,
4. But how many do I know there are? 5. Because 0 doesn't need a conjugate, but there's 3 of them, right? 1 minus 2i needs a conjugate. So what's the root that I know is there, even though it's not listed? That would be the 1 plus 2i. So there's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roots. Okay? Does anybody think they know the factor for x cubed? Oh, I'm the worst. Right? Does anyone think they know the factor for 0 multiplicity 3? Oh.
X cubed.
Oh, thanks for raising your hand. You're a genius. Okay, x cubed. Okay. I'm so disappointed in myself when I do that. Did you see it on my face? Just, ugh, what an idiot. Then 1 minus 2i. This one's a little tricky to put in a factor because I have 2 pieces that I have to make opposite when I put it into its factor. So the factor that goes with this one is x minus 1 plus 2i. And then for the new one, it's x, that's a 1. Let's do it in red. X minus 1 minus 2i. I only change the sign of the b. Because if I change the sign of the a and the b, the 1 and the 2i, then the middle numbers aren't going to add to 0. Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Where did not the x cubed, but the other x at the beginning of each of the terms come from?
Same place when I always put roots into factors.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense.
We doing good? So, using my pro tip, what should I multiply first? My conjugate. This one I'm going to make you put into standard form. How big should the box be?
3 by 3.
Yep. Okay, this is the last thing I'm making you do today is put this into standard form. I know it looks scary, but remember, you can do the arrows. This is just more organized. Either way, a lot of this stuff is in the end going to end up canceling out. Did you just say how dumb?
You did. Would it be like 2ix?
Yep.
Wouldn't the 2i times negative 2i just be 4?
It's negative 4i squared. Eventually it'll be 4. So if you can do that in one step, that's great. But I like to show all the steps on the board. Okay, so this one and this one add to 0. This one and this one add to 0. I don't want to deal with those, right? So then I have x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus 4i squared, which is the same thing as plus 4, right? Because negative 4 I squared is negative 4 times negative 1, or just 4. So really, this is x squared minus 2x plus 5. Then you can draw 1 by 3 to distribute the cubed in. But if it's just 1, then I'm usually fine with just doing the arrows because usually you don't mix all those up. Yeah, go ahead.
How did you get 5?
Sure. So the 1 right here from here. And then this simplifies to positive 4. So 1 plus the 4, because I squared is negative 1, and so it's minus 4 times negative 1. Good? So x cubed, or sorry, to the 5th. Oh, was there another question over here? Did I see a hand?
I just had a question about like the multiplicity. If it was like negative 4 multiplicity 2, it would be negative 4x squared.
No.
Right?
No. Let me finish this one out, and then I can put that up. So again, even though I only gave you like 2 numbers because I gave you multiplicities and now you know about conjugates, I knew just by looking at the roots before I multiplied it out that should be a 5th degree polynomial. So even just by looking at this, I should be able to tell that it would have 4 turning points, right? And it would have a, well, I may not be able to tell right away the positive odd stuff, but hopefully you're seeing how all that relates, okay? So today we went from, so last time we learned the characteristics of these graphs. Today we went from factored to standard. Next class we're going from standard to factored, which is a lot harder, okay? Okay, and then good work.